Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. I was not going to record this today because I have recorded both a Newcastle episode and the Hull episode today, but I have decided to also record this one because I want to see if we can get 5 points clear. Okay, I'm enjoying FIFA right now. I want to keep playing, so that's my excuse. Anyway, we are here against second place Burnley. So it should be an interesting one. If you haven't seen the table, I'll just show you it quickly before we go into the squad report and other news like that. We are 2 points clear now because Burnley drew their last game. We are unbeaten, so are they. Obviously, this could end the draw and nothing will change, which are kind of boring. So we want the win here. If we win, we go 5 points clear. If we lose, they overtake us and go a point clear. So there's big stakes early on here in this season. If you didn't see the last episode, we took on Hull City at their own ground. In fact, we'll cover the whole of September because we're going into a new month. We kicked off the month taking on Portsmouth and winning 2-1 at home before travelling away and defeating Millwall 4-1. We lost Jota in that game, but we still carried on winning. Then we took on Blackburn at home and beat them 2-1. We then travelled away to St James's Park in the Carabao Cup round 3 and snuck a win over Newcastle United before coming back to the Championship, but travelling away to Hull this time and beating the Tigers 2-0. So decent results there. And coming up, we've got quite a packed month, if you can see in front of you. We have 7 games. We've got Burnley kicking off the month, followed by a game against possible promotion rivals Cardiff, followed by a game against possible promotion rivals Norwich, followed by a game against Barnsley, who aren't promotion rivals, I should say. Burnley, we're facing them at home. We're travelling to Cardiff, coming back home for Norwich before travelling to Barnsley, coming back home to face Derby County before... I don't know where we're going here. I think we're travelling to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace, and then we're travelling up to Teesside to take on Middlesbrough to end the month. But we'll see the Crystal Palace game. Actually, I'm going to check that because it's going to piss me off. I have to. If it niggles me, I'm going to have to look. So, Carabao Cup. Yep. We're going to Selhurst Park. Okay. Just a quick check there. So, before we get into the Burnley game, before we read the news stories, we have to do what we do at the start of every month. And you guessed it. It is a squad report. I'm on the wrong menu. This is the second month in a row I've gone the wrong menu and done this. So, this is the growth so far. I've got Boris Selznev going up 2 from a 64 to a 66. Ed Brown going up 2 from a 66 to a 68. Lucas Linkvist going up 2 from a 65 to a 67. Thomas Hennessy going up 2 from a 74 to a 76. Ethan Robinson going up 2 from a 63 to a 65. Donald O'Leary going up 2 from a 67 to a 69. Valery Anisimov going up 2 from a 67 to a 69. Andrew Banks going up 2 from a 77 to a 79. He is going to be a fucking world-class talent. He's going to be Player of the Year at some point. Ballon d'Or winner. Vyacheslav Lebedev is going up 2 from a 63 to a 65. Mason Greenwood going up 2 from a 77 to a 79. Ricardo Rossi going up 1 from a 78 to a 79. Liberato Cacace going up 1 from a 77 to a 78. Landa Virtus going up 1 from a 69 to a 70. Dujon Sterling going up 1 from a 73 to a 74. Stanislav Grinkov going up 1 from a 65 to a 66. Will Martin going up 1 from a 63 to a 64. Frederick Eriksson going up 1 from a 60 to a 61. Noah Van Dam going up 1 from a 73 to a 74. Johan Carbonero going up 1 from a 77 to a 78. Adam Hloshek going up 1 from a 81 to an 82. Stepan Laganov going up 1 from a 64 to a 65. Michel Russo going up 1 from a 64 to a 65. Erling Braut Haaland going up 1 from an 81 to an 82. The rest of the team at the moment, only 4 people who haven't grown yet this season. The 2 centre-backs, Todibo and Tomori. Conti, who's away out on loan at, I want to say Braga, but I don't actually remember. And then we've got Diogo Jota, who's injured, so he won't grow the whole season, pretty much, which is unfortunate. But anyway, that is the squad report done. If you want to go back and watch any I'll go look at any certain players' overalls, just pause the video and stuff like that. Go for it. We're going to look at the news stories quickly. We've got a Hložek goal settling Hull City's defeat. Blah, blah, blah. Words. I need a fucking dictionary in my mouth. It'd be so much easier to speak. 2-0 win over them. He got the second goal. And this is going to be an interesting one. It's not going to be the open game football one, is it? Or it might be, actually. Although we are top 2, so maybe it'll give us something different. See what they say. Oh, here we go. Bradford City host Burnley in a massive game that could decide which of these teams ends up taking the league title. 10 games in, lad. Audiences around the country will be eagerly awaiting the clash at the top two in the championship, or in the division, and most pundits think this is a championship. Oh, this championship decider will live up to its billing. Can I read, please? Burnley reports to be hugely confident that they can strike a huge blow to the league leaders, but the top team, Bradford City, knows that if they can land the 3 points, and they are in a very strong position as the season heads towards the climax. Are you on drugs? We're 10 games in. We've got 36 games to go. In what way is the season heading towards its climax? I don't understand sometimes. Anyway, team is fully fit. We're ready to go into the Burnley game with our fullest 11, not including Diogo Jota, of course. So we're going to go in and we're going to get ready. We've got Rossi in goal. We've got Kakachi and Sterling as the fullbacks. Kakachi is the captain. Tomori and Todibo as centre-backs. Carbonero, Van Dam and Greenwood, the 3 midfield men. Although Greenwood, I kind of want to change it so Greenwood's a centre attacking mid, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. We've got Banks on the left, Ploshek on the right, Haaland in the middle, and it should be an interesting one. We are hosting them at the Valley Parade. We are not going to their stadium, which I have forgotten the name of anyway, so that's always good. And we're going to not have any goal news on at all, because I want to know, all I want to know is in this match even. Everything I want to know is going to be within this match. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling on like I do at the start of every episode. And we're going to head in and hopefully win here. I was going to leave this till tomorrow to record, but I really want to see if we can get 5 points clear. So even if Cardiff win, we will go 5 points clear should we win this game. Because they will be on the same points as Burnley. So it won't be towards the climax of the season, but it'll be a good little good little start to or a good little. What was I trying to say? Let me get back to you guys in about 10 seconds.
One team, the freest scoring side in the division. The other,
it'd be a good little lead to have at this point in the season. Well, it's near the start still, so yeah. About a quarter of the way through the season, 5 points clear. It's a good little lead to get, and we might be able to extend on it further and further throughout the season and just dominate the championship. However, if we lose, we will go 1 point behind Burnley, and we will be 2 points away from Cardiff, so we will be in second, which is not where I want to be. Although I do want automatic promotion, I would much rather have it by getting a title along the way. If we draw, things will stay the same. Cardiff will be 1 point behind Burnley, and they'll be 2 points behind us. If Cardiff win, of course. It all depends on the results down below as well as I don't know where Burnley stand. Actually, to be fair, if we beat Burnley by enough goals and Cardiff win by enough goals, Cardiff could leapfrog Burnley into second. Looking at that table quickly there. But I can't get too confident. It is Burnley and they've had a very good season so far.
And this is how the hosts will begin the game today.
That's going to be our squad. Our biggest 11, of course, because we are against the second best team. We don't have Sellers now on the bench, which is slightly concerning. So hopefully Rossi doesn't piss me off any. I honestly want to see Burnley's lineup because I saw Henrik's t-shirt in that little pre-thingy.
And this the initial 11 for Burnley.
We've got Nick Pope still, they've got Henriks, they've got Ben Mee, they've got Eric Durham, they've got Kamano, who's the top scorer in the league. Oh boy, they've got quite a good few players on the bench. They've got Ashley Barnes as well, Jay Rodriguez, Robbie Brady. They've got Borja Valle up front as well. It's going to be a difficult one. For lack of a better term, it's going to be incredibly difficult. Not going to be easy at all. Just take a quick drink of water. And then we'll get underway. So my throat doesn't go dry. Recording 3 bloody straight episodes here. Haaland going to kick off the game once I get comfortable. And right, let's go.
And the game begins.
The top two collide here. Okay, Valle, calm down, lad. Don't waste all your stamina at the start of the game. I haven't even touched the right trigger yet. Okay, I'm touching it now a little bit. Greenwood. Don't be injured.
Illegal play.
Oh, it's a foul. Decent. I'm not sure if the ref would give it. I'm not sure if it would count as one, to be honest. Sterling. Ploshek. Can we get it to Beanpole? Oh, Pope. If I ever call him Beanpole, by the way, just know that I mean Haaland. I was calling him Beanpole because he's the tallest in the team, I believe. And he is a bloody Beanpole. Why is my left back shied away from that? Catch him, mate. That should have been yours. I know it was locked onto Debo, but it should have been yours, or you should have been ready in case it hadn't been to Debo's. That could have gone for a Greenwood, it could have been away, but blocked by Burnley. Best defensive team in the league is Burnley, of course. 10 games played and only 7 conceded. So Pope's having a hell of a season between the sticks. And speaking of between the sticks, Rossi almost had his first action between the sticks. Just over the top though from Mendy. Got through there somehow. Not far off from Burnley to take the lead in this important championship match. I would have much preferred to play this with our injured man up front, but I mean, we've got the quality. We've got some good youth. Excelling up position. That's an interesting one, yeah. Oh boy! Oh, come on! How have we not scored there? That's possibly our best chance ever. How far did we get sent through there? I was going to hold it up for Greenwood, but I had to take a shot on. That should have been 1-0, and if we go down 1-0 now, I'll fully deserve it. I'm very pissed at myself that we're not 1-0 up, to be honest. That doesn't mean we go 1-0 down, team, alright? So if we do. Mendes, I think, just put his hand through his neck, so no wonder he's feeling pain on his neck. Over the top. But holy hell, how have we not gone up? Sean Dyche, upset that he's been relegated in the first place. He's even more upset that his team can't get past Bradford here yet. Always aim for Beanpole off the goal kicks. Usually he'll get it. That's not what I was planning though. It was meant to be short to Greenwood. Anyway, as I was saying, before Haaland absolutely missed the sitter, is they were talking about how Greenwood is excelling out position, and he is doing very well, to be fair. So full credit to Greenwood, who can seem to play wherever he wants and do well. Van Dam, foul ref. These guys are playing a bit scummy, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, quick one to Carbonaro. Down to Greenwood. Blaszczak making room on the right. Durham. Haaland. Oh, header that, you fucking melt. Don't try and do a little scorpion kick or whatever. I don't know what you were doing there, to be honest. I thought at first when the Durham slid in, I thought he was going to tackle Blaszczak and would win a penalty, but when it didn't happen, I tapped it in, and I don't know what sort of control Haaland is going for. I don't know what's going on here. All we had to do there with Haaland was header it on target, and it probably would have been 1-0, but obviously an easy challenge is not always the best option. Holy shit, that was close. Goal post by Borja Valle, or Borja Valleja. Just off the outside of the post. Holy shit, this is gonna be a butt clencher. Carbonaro's not winning this. I can tell you firsthand he's not winning that. I can tell you 9 miles east that he's not winning that.
Mikel San Jose, and they continue to advance, and a lot of options here. Still on level terms.
Todibo. What? He just got stalled in his tracks there by a Burnley player, and they've managed to get a shot of it. I'll watch that back a second on my stream. I'm trying to clear it. He gets pulled back a little, and luckily the ball has gone wide.
Well, that was the
Sean Dyche tried to take a shot as well off the touchline. He is so pissed. Sean Dyche has emotional issues at the moment. He is so pissed every time Burnley miss a chance.
Lost possession.
We get it away again. Van Dam, Greenwood in open bit of space. I want to play it to Banks, but he's getting tackled. Or he's getting it marked, so we'll give it to Van Dam instead. Haaland offside, so there's no point in trying to get to him like we just tried to do. We win the ball back with Todibo though. And Carbonero, sorry. Banks. Beanpole. 1-0. Erling Braut Haaland.
Well, keep it tight. That's what both managers would have been saying. But now the opening goal's gone in.
Played onside and gets the header, the bullet header past Nick Pope.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Went offside, came back on though before the pass came in from Banks, or the cross I should say came in from Banks. Straight perfectly on the head of the Beanpole himself, getting ahead of Ben Mee, I believe, and headering it straight past Pope. And Sean Dyche has got to be very upset because Burnley, I've got to say, probably Burnley have had the better chances. But we are the team that go ahead. Erling Braut Haaland, our joint top scorer now in the league. Of course, Jota won't be able to challenge him now, so Haaland might have to go ahead and just be top scorer at some point. If he doesn't score his 8th before April, I'm going to be mad. Sterling gets tackled. It's bounced off Bloschek to a Burnley player. Van Dam with the physicality, and he keeps the ball as well. I actually love Van Dam. Like, he will always try and get the ball with no, like, no excuses. He will always try and get it. Now Banks. Oh, he's closed down. Carbonero. It's off. Well, I say off the line. It's cleared away. Could have been 2-0 there. Possession does been in Burnley's favour. I'm just looking back on my stream there. I see that. But we have put up a hell of a fight for ourselves here. Hlošek. Can we get it into Beanpole again? No, it's gone for Banks instead. We're going to get a corner out of it though. You're going to start calling Beanpole. I don't do it intentionally, but it's because he's so tall. But we're just going to, if I call him Beanpole, I call him Beanpole. It's funny, in my opinion. If you guys don't like me calling him Beanpole, I'll go away from it again, but I'm going to call him Beanpole. Banks should be able to control that. Does. Carbonero. Try to get into Haaland there. I won't call him Beanpole when he's going for header. I won't, like, or when I'm going for like a high ball with him. If it's on the ground, I'll call him Haaland. I'll try to head it forward, but it's defended. I won't call him Beanpole when it's along the ground because that doesn't make any fucking sense. Header, not convincing, but it'll do. And it'll get the ball away. And what the... I have to ask what the fuck Tomori's doing here. And will Tomori get an assist out of this? Adam Hlošek's made it 2-0. And out of all the players on the pitch, Fikayo Tomori running forward and playing it through to him. Hlošek, of course, still had a lot of work to do. But calm, cool and composed. It's Mee again who's let him through. Or is it? No, Mee's number 6. It was the other one. Who I don't remember the name of. But that's a beautiful finish from Adam Hlošek. But Tomori just decided, fuck it, I'm running up the pitch, and it worked out. Never will I ask again why centre backs running up the pitch to the attack, because it worked. And 2-0, I think it's going to be going into half time.
So 2-0 now. And the referee is going to add on 4 added minutes.
Where are these? Okay, I want to know now where these 4 minutes are coming from. If you guys could comment where these 4 minutes are coming from, that'd be great, because I've absolutely no idea.
The ball with Mendy.
I'm getting so confused because it's switching me to the wrong player each time. Rossi to Kakachi. Let's just try and keep it out of... Yep. I knew as soon as I started saying that sentence it passed the wrong player. Let's try and keep it out of our area. But obviously... Players didn't get the memo. Rossi holds all, we're just going to boot it for half time. Okay, so 2-0 at half time. Maybe not deserved fully, but we have put in some good attacks, so I think somewhat deserved. Haaland getting a goal and Hlošek getting a goal in the stroke of half time. And we are proving why we should be at the top of the championship and why we should be in the Premier League, perhaps, I would say. We beat the Premier League team in Newcastle. Testing ourselves in the Carabao Cup against the Premier League teams. Our next opposition is a Premier League team as well, Crystal Palace. So, it's going to be a good test, unless Crystal Palace and Newcastle get relegated, and then we won't know what the test is like. But anyway, results around the ground, not as important as the one here today. This is the biggest game of the day, but if you do have any teams you support in there, or any teams that are... Alright, teams you want to look at the results of, they're all there. Cardiff drawing, so I will look at Cardiff and Nottingham Forest. So Cardiff drawing their game. Forest don't look like they're playing, so there we go. Match facts, we'll go into the half-time stats here. We have, I say Burnley have had the better sort of chances. We've had more chances on target. But the same amount of chances, we have more on target. Granted, less possession. But I don't expect to be possession and whores against Burnley, or against any top teams really, against any team to be honest. My possession game is not great. I don't expect to have high possession stats in most games. If I get high possession stats, it's a fucking miracle.
And the ball with
And I don't care if they score one, but if they equalise and somehow go on to win like Stoke kept bloody doing last season, I will be calling a bit of scriptedness on this game. Good tackle by Van Dam. See what I mean? Van Dam always puts 100% in, whether he's tired or not. Greenwood. Sorry, it wasn't Greenwood, it was Carbonero. Am I awake? Or am I playing with my eyes closed? I knew that was Carbonero as well. Greenwood played it through to him. Catch it. Banks, but Banks is marked to hell. Kakachi though gets the ball back, and this time Banks I think is going to get away with it. But Haaland won't get the ball, although Greenwood will. Flush it, come on lad, come on. Okay, cool. Try to turn inside and get back to Greenwood. It still could happen. To Banks. I always talk about the game being bullshit against me, but there's very, very rare occasions, including that one right there, where the game is in my favour.
Well, the coaches will tell you, pass the ball
how the hell have we got away with that? And what sort of save attempt was that from Nick Pope?
A chance to revisit the goal.
Haaland keeps the possession. I was going to give it to Greenwood to take a shot with, but I saw Banks in an open bit of space, and Banks took a shot on, and somehow Nick Pope has let that in. And if I'm Sean Dyche, I am absolutely fuming. First goal in the championship for Banks. He's been quite a good player in assisting goals and making plays, but it's the first time he's put a ball back into the back of the net himself. And the Bradford City fans have got to be extremely confident now. And very soon I think we might be able to make some substitutions to keep it fresh for Cardiff. Burnley we're playing against Birmingham next, I believe the day before we play our next game. Might be wrong though. Burnley should win that, but I don't know to be honest. We might knock their confidence down that they lose next game too if we win this game still. Although our passing still leaves a lot to be desired sometimes.
It's opening up for them.
That's me. Goal kick. I think, yeah, kicked off of him there. Substitution for Burnley. Ashley Barnes is going to come on for Borja Valle, who has not done probably what the manager expected of him. Sean Dyche probably expected maybe a couple of goals from him, but Ashley Barnes is just as lethal, maybe if not more lethal, because I've actually heard of him. I've never heard of Borja Valle, so probably more lethal in that respect. Oh my god, no way. Okay, yeah, no way. It's a good save from Pope. Haaland never seems to be able, or rarely seems to be able to finish one-on-ones. And it's kind of not concerning, but annoying, although concerning too, I suppose. Carbonero, he's been played way out here. Back post. Van Dam was a target, which means he wasn't going to win the header. Torres coming up for Donnies now. We might make a substitution here as well. Oh, ooh, camera angle there. Ooh. Right, well, it's just for fitness reasons, really, more than anything. O'Leary and Anisimov. Bring him on. Carbonero seems to have good stamina, so he'll be fine. Maybe we could have kept Greenwood on a little bit longer, but it's not the end of the world. Anisimov and O'Leary gonna bring themselves on and get a bit more time on the pitch. Wloszek to Debo, a target, interesting. It's going to header to Kamano. My player's fallen over. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, we can't let him through. Two of our top goal scorers in the league, and Sterling wipes up the mess that we almost made. Brilliant from him. Banks could get there, will get there. Could he turn and cross it? Nah. It was well read by the Burnley player, and it's cleared away. a convincing lead here, to be honest. I'm just going to wait. So options open. We're going to drop it for Kakachi instead. And open ourselves up with Banks. Effort, might as well go for a try. Cross was okay, but it was headed away. Kamano kicking it straight to Sterling. Haaland. Possibly catching the legs there, but ref said it's fair, so I guess it is. Carbonero, Haaland, Anisimov. 4-0 perhaps. No, save from Pope. We were absolutely pressing them back the second half. They may have had possibly a chance or two perhaps in the second half. I can't remember exactly, but they've definitely had some sort of attack attempt. But we've mainly been keeping them in their own half the second half. Loschek, O'Leary the target. Nope, away. Carbonero, Todibo, more and more to Kakachi. I was going to try and get through and take on the shot myself there with the captain, but it didn't work out. Sterling gets the ball back. Loschek to O'Leary. Kakachi into Banks, who's going to lose it. O'Leary though gets it back. Anisimov, Banks can't turn. Oh, he can turn. Oh. So, again, there's so many times where I get bullshit against me in this match, and for some reason it's in my favour.
It sounds simple, but you don't have to get a lot of goals from that position.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we?
Banks has absolutely launched that top bins, though, to be fair to him. He's come off a defender. Banks has hit it first time perfectly. That is a beautiful goal. Maybe a bit of bullshit in the way that he got the goal, but he got the goal. Kamano coming off. I can only assume that's Jay Rodriguez. Oh, that's Robbie Brady. Kamano's not been able to open up a defence today. Hell, we've put Burnley in their place, if anything, today. I came in maybe expecting a 1-0 or a 2-1 or something, maybe a goal difference, or not a lot of difference, but 4-0, and it's probably still time for a fifth if we want to try for it. Anisimov, Loschek, gonna get around Durham like he has been doing all day. Banks good enough his hat trick. He's offside anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm not so sure. I'd like to see that again.
So would I. Oh, actually, no, he's not. Look at number 2, holding out his elbow. There's no way that's offside. I refuse to believe it. It's alright. If we were in a 0-0 situation, I'd be a lot more fuming. But we're not, so that's fine. O'Leary, Haaland, off the Loschek. What a save.
I cannot believe he's kept that out the net. Absolutely amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm playing some elite football right now. I've recorded 3 episodes today. We scored 7 goals and not conceded a single one, if you combine them all. I probably, now I've said that, I've probably jinxed it, and we'll probably let Wood against Burnley here in the dying minutes or something, but legitimately, I'm playing so good. O'Leary, onto Carbonero. Haaland's been left in open space. Actually, he hasn't. Defenders managed to close it down quite well to say he was leaving Haaland a bit open there. Tomorrow should be able to come across and get that, and he doesn't. And now this is probably where they score after I've jinxed it. And now Todibo. I don't know what's happened with Burnley. These guys are meant to be our equals. Yeah, gosh, it was offside there. These guys are meant to be pretty much our equals in this league, and we've just done them over. Oh, he came back on, to be fair. Oh, his foot was still off. Fair enough. Fucking step offside. He was coming back on though. It's 4-0 though. It's not really an issue. Win the header, bring it away again. I would love to get Banks a hat trick, but I don't think it's going to happen. Or is it? No, it's not. I don't know why I didn't take a shot the first time, but I got greedy. All right, I'm at that point where I'm able to try and get greedy. It would have been saved from the goalkeeper had it not been stopped from the defender. It would have just been fun to get a little hat trick with him, but it's not the end of the world if we don't, because we have put in a fucking great performance today. Started off a bit shaky, but the second half, we've controlled it and made it our own. Ploshek, O'Leary the target, interesting one. Not sure how tall he is, like 6 foot or 5'10" or something. Carbonero going for it. Maybe don't do that again, my dude. What's the injury time extent going to be? 4 minutes. Okay, that's cool. See, I can understand it for the second half because of the substitutions. But for the first half, I don't get why there was 4 minutes. Hope. Towards Mendy.
And just the 1 minute left in normal time here.
I mean the 1 minute left normal time here. Have you got your eyes switched on, mate? We're in 91.
Possession Mendes here. Ashley Barnes.
Hold on a minute.
Giving it a try.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be it. I'm not going to lie. When I didn't get the best of that 50-50 there with Tamori, I thought, hey, that's conceding. But Barnes has put it wide. Dyche is absolutely fuming. He has got to be completely pissed with his team. You know how much he's going to shout at his team once they get into the dressing room. I wish there was a way we could see it. Towards Beanpole.
Efficient play to hold on to the ball.
We don't really to. Oh, okay. Well, we have given it away. They might have another chance. Never mind. I lied. Ref very strict with his 4 minutes of added time. What a decimation of our Lancashire promotion rivals, or I should say our promotion rivals from Lancashire. Burnley have been burned. Maybe I don't know if I'll go with that title, to be honest. But 4-0 win anyway. Howland getting one, Hloshek getting one. Banks popping up with 2 in the second half to give us the 4. That is math for you right there. Burnley not scoring a single one. They had the chances more than the other teams have, more than Hull and Newcastle. The other episodes are recorded today, but in all of today, I've recorded 3 episodes. Haven't had a single goal scored against me, and this is the only game where there's been a shot on target. Either I've just absolutely mastered world class, or I don't know, there must be something in the water. I don't know. I've just played really good. We'll see, I guess, as the episodes progress. So I'm not going to record anymore after this one for definite. I've recorded 3. That's my max for a day. 9.5 for Andrew Banks, man of the match. Cannot dispute that one bit. Hloshek with a 9.3. 8.9 for Erling Braut Haaland. Green with an 8.7. Tomori with an 8.6. 8 for Sterling and Todibo. Everyone did really well. Nobody below 7 except for the substitutes. They didn't really need to get into the game much because we already had the game won. So no negatives here. 12 shots for 10 on target for us. 47% possession. They did have the better of the possession, but 6 shots and 1 on target. You're not going to get a win with that sort of shooting record, shooting accuracy really. We're going to go into the final scores here, and then we'll see post-match interview and see what they ask. Anything big coming out of this? Cardiff winning. So they will overtake Burnley because we absolutely just fucking smoked them. We're going to have a new team in second place.
Some questions regarding the match.
With 2 goals to secure a win, Banks is a hero today. Any thoughts? Both of his goals came a little bit luckily, but goals are goals. Impressive performance. I'll give him his solo credits. I'm very impressed with the way Banks played today. It was a world-class performance, and it wasn't only the goals. He was creating a few chances too. Bradford City is unbeaten so far in the EFL Championship. Are you confident to keep a streak rolling? We're double figures for wins now. 10 wins and a draw so far in this league. We're like Liverpool. We have what it takes. I think at the moment we definitely have what it takes. At least we can get out of the next match of the draw. So we have what it takes to keep the streak going. For real though, like, what a win. We were expecting a more competitive match out there today. Were you? Oh, definitely. I didn't expect it to roll over. I wasn't expecting this. Give it full credit. No challenge. No challenge. No much of a challenge for us at all. You might need to raise your expectations of us. We were unstoppable and just clear right from the off. Very happy morale for Andrew
No
Banks.
further questions,
Very
thanks.
happy morale for Bradford City. You love to see it. Look at that. Look at this now. We have got a bit of a gap in this league. Bradford City, top of the table, 31 points out of 33. Cardiff on 26, Burnley on 26, still fall now for the goal difference. They had conceded 7 before that match. They were joint best defensive record. They had I should say they had the joint best defensive record with Cardiff, but now they have the same as Norwich, and possibly they have the same as 12th place Swansea City. They've gone from being the best to being on par with Swansea. We are almost the best defensive team, but Cardiff still have that over us. But we have absolutely been banging them in this season without hesitation. Those are the top scorers lists. Kamano and Walker topping it. We've got Jota there, we've got Haaland there. Greenwood's on 6. Blushik's on 5. They've been coming all over the pitch for us. That sounds really weird when I put it like that. But the goals have been coming from everywhere. 7 assists for Greenwood, 6 for Haaland. 3 for Jota before he got injured. 3 for Banks. Clean sheets, we had 4. I don't expect a lot of clean sheets, but at least we've got some. We've had 3 in the past 3 episodes. Obviously, Newcastle one won't count towards the league. Let's finish off with some trading. Selesnev could hit 37, or should I say 67 here. I'm not sure where I'm getting 37 from. Couldn't even begin to tell you. Can we just get Virtus to 71 now? Like, this is getting boring. And who else? Russo's on the verge of growing. I don't know if he's worth it though. Look at that. Haaland is now at an 82, so I don't need to train him anymore. Blushik is still a promising player. Fuck it, we'll do attacking the depth scenarios with him. If finishing's better, that'd be great. Let's see how we do. Decent drill results, to be honest. Selesnev goes up to a 67. Virtus got to a 71 finally. Rossi, or Russo I should say, doing really well, but not quite a 66 yet. And Hlošek getting very close to that 83. And we're going to send him up to the Cardiff game. Found all he could in Spain. I'm legitimately on the fucking edge. Like, edge of fucking sacking Patrick Griffiths. I think I sent him to 3 different countries. I don't know where to send him. I don't know where he's going to find any talent. Just fucking try Sweden again. Sweden seems to get us a couple of youth academy players, so we'll try and send them over there. That's a GTN though, so it won't be for any youth academy players. We've got our next game here against Cardiff away. Fitness is actually almost pretty good, or almost full I should say. It is pretty good. But yeah, almost full. Probably rotate maybe a couple, just give them a bit more time. Although maybe not, because now Cardiff are the new 2nd place. So we've gone from facing 2nd place to facing 2nd place. I'll call this episode 1st versus 2nd, and I'll call the next one 1st versus 2nd again. Talk about creative titles. But anyway, that's going to be the end of another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. I want to play this one now, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna restrain myself. We are 5 points clear at the top of the championship. If we win this, we could go 8, depending on the Burnley result. So I don't know. The options could be endless. Maybe everyone below me loses their match, and then Norwich go up to 2nd, and then we face Norwich after Cardiff anyway. So maybe 1st versus 2nd for the 3rd time. I don't know what's going to happen because I can't read FIFA's mind. But anyway, we're going to stop talking. We're going to end the episode there. A big 4-0 win over Burnley, knocking one of our promotion rivals down a little bit and putting ourselves in a much better position. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, like I said, and I'll see you very, very soon for some more. Bye for now.